Good morning, everybody. This is Lincoln Kenobi here, and today I got three articles that I'm going to talk about today. Two are from yesterday, and one is from today. So I will have them separate videos, so you'll see what I got. So the first video that I'm going to talk about today in this video is going to be Monetization Director at Ubisoft, Steve Chessard, lashes out at gamers and fellow developers. So let's see what this is about. Here we go. Steve Chessard, the monetization director at Ubisoft, lashed out at gamers and his fellow developers in the wake of the company's postponing Assassin's Creed Shadows and admitting its sales of Star Wars Outlaws were softer than expected. It just wasn't soft. It just sucked. And then they were going directly on identity politics instead of entertainment. And like I said before on Star Wars Outlaws, if they would have just focused that you could create your own character, male, female, just create your own character, and that character that you created has his or her own adventure. If you could have done it like that, I bet the game would have been successful. But no. You decided to target yourself with a female character who believes is strong enough and is capable of doing whatever she could do. So that's where you screwed up. That, in my book, is where you screwed up on Star Wars Outlaws. So, here we go. Ubisoft announced that it was downgrading its expected yearly net bookings to 1.95 billion and that it would have around break-even non-IFRS operating income and free cash flow. It also shared that it had a softer than expected launch for Star Wars Outlaws and that Star Wars Outlaws' initial sales proved softer than expected. The company also delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows to February, claiming it would provide additional time to further polish the title. Yeah. See, right now what I've been hearing is that they are trying to fix Yasuke's theme and everything that they try to put in there. They're trying to rearrange that. They're trying to fix it. But I don't know, man. About a week after this press release, Chessard took to LinkedIn where he lashed out at gamers and his fellow developers celebrating the demise of Ubisoft. He wrote, "Hi, I rarely post on social media, but today I am sad, ashamed and sad. The gaming industry is rough at the moment. We all know, we all know it. But seeing how gamers react on social medias, wishing ill fate to companies and people alike is sad. And not only towards Ubisoft. Even though it is always the vocal minority that expresses themselves on social media, I was hurt and ashamed to be part of this community," he added. Steve Chessard needs to understand, dude, that your company decided to go with a critical rate identity politics. You decided to go woke, basically. You decided to go with DEI. That's your fault. That is your fault, not ours. You did this to yourself. Your company did this. Maybe if you would have damn listened to the fans better than trying to put your poison in the gaming and entertainment, the game would have been successful. And Yasuke is not a character that is from China, is a samurai, man. He then directed its hanger and his fellow developers. What is even more revolting is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry. On top of exposing yourself as a clearly non-decent human being, you are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by all the hate, despite doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. How can you wish a company to fall simply because they do not cater to you or that the product does not please you is beyond me. Chessard concluded, "We are all on the same boat. Please, please, please stop spraying hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. If the employee in a company has the right to express their feelings, man. If you don't like it, then don't go on the channel and try to throw yourself out there, bro, because look what you're doing to yourself. He's putting himself out there, bro. He's making himself look like a fool. But he has the right to express his feeling, but he doesn't need his backlash at people, man. He doesn't need to do that. This will likely be lost on Shazard, but Ubisoft and many of his fellow employees are the ones pushing hate through their commitment to woke ideology. Despite Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot claiming that in the aforementioned press release, I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company, creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. The company's website makes it clear how dedicated to the agenda of wokeism it is. On the company's diversity, inclusion, and accessibility page, a statement from Rashid Sika, Ubisoft's Vice President of Global Diversity and Inclusion, says, for Ubisoft, putting diversity and inclusion at the heart of everything we do means providing an environment where employees can thrive, building open-minded communities where players can connect, and creating games that reflect the diversity of the world we live in. We will not accomplish all these goals overnight. Just as it takes years of iteration to develop a AAA title, we will only become a more diverse and inclusive company by continuously improving, trying new ideas, and learning from the results. It's a long-term commitment, one that we will tackle with the same passion and dedication that we bring to our games, he adds. Well, whatever. Furthermore, the site declares we want to build the most creative, inclusive, and diverse teams across all fields. We will continue to increase representation in our company by building more inclusion across our system and ensuring equal access to opportunities for everyone. It also asserts we will create gaming experiences that push representation forward by embedding diversity and inclusion across our processes, increasing representation in our teams, and offering access to our resources that help teams to build more authentic, inclusive, and accessible gaming experiences. Finally, it also states we will set the standard for inclusion for our team players and partners, and will collaborate with leading organizations to expand our knowledge, grow our reach, give back to the community, and champion inclusion in our industry. In 2023, the company also made it clear it had a focus on queer representation in games. It stated, as the inclusive games and content team works to accompany production teams, helping them identify opportunities to tell inclusive stories at the beginning stages of production. They are reflecting in particular how to provide frameworks and best practices for authentic queer representation. Now, I tell you, man, it's just that, I can't read this. I don't want to read this. This is just so stupid. And this is how they they want to hire their people. This is their process of how they like to hire. Now, let's see. Let me read this part right here. Legal analyst Andrew Esquire notes, this is illegal. This is not okay, and this is something that they're going to get in trouble for, and they should be, by the way. He then recommended that anyone who was victimized by Ubisoft to contact a law firm and sue them. So Ubisoft did something illegal. What I think is that somebody who was actually damaged by that, who is not picked for mentorship or leadership, should bring a case. I think there's law firms like the America First legal team down in Texas that would be willing to take that. They've already taken the Disney case. Why not take that one? It seems it'd be the good case for them. In its interview with Angelus News, Bishop Barron explains why wokeism is wrong and should be rejected. He shared, the advocates of the so-called woke ideology today have not been shy about articulating and with the political underpinnings of their perspective. They do indeed find inspiration in Marx, Nietzsche, Sartre, Derrida, and Foucault, among others. Among these modern and postmodern thinkers, they derive a number of principles. He continued. First, they advocate a deeply nostalgic social theory whereby the world is divided shaped sharply into the two classes of oppressors and oppressed. Second, they relativize moral value and see classical morality as an attempt by the ruling class to maintain itself in power. Third, they focus not so much on the individual as on racial and ethnical categories, and hence they endorse the idea of collective guilt and recommend a sort of reverse discrimination to address the injustices of the past. Fourth, they tend to demonize the market economy and institutions of democracy as part of a superstructure defending the privilege. Fifth, they push for equity of outcome throughout the society rather than equality of opportunity, he added. And finally, wokeism employs divisive and aggressive strategies of accusation that are contrary to the gospel demand to love our enemies. Next, he declared, suffice is to say that the Catholic social teaching stands athwart of all of this. It wants social justice, of course, but not on woke terms. Its heroes are not Marx, Nietzsche, and Foucault, but rather Isaiah, Amos, Jeremiah, Jesus the Lord, Ambrose, Aquinas, I believe, and Teresa of Calcutta. In regards to celebrating the downfall of a company like Ubisoft that is so committed to evil, there is nothing wrong with this. Father Hugh Barber at Catholic.com explains, in the class literature of the ancient church and indeed of the ancient world, that St. Thomas was following the form of insulting ways, only the opposite of the form of rejoicing or celebrating. This means that because we possess some great good in which we take joy and delight and express it, so too we mock the evil things that try to prevent us from having it. As an example, Father Barber points to Miriam, the sister of Moses, and her song glorifying God after he punished the Egyptians. She sang, "Sing to the Lord, for he is gloriously triumphant. Horse and chariot he has cast into the sea." However, he cautions human beings may have truly persecuted us in the deepest sense by trying to separate us from God, but we can pray and strive for their conversion, rendering not insult for insult, but mercy and compassion. In the case of those who are still in this earthly life and can be converted, we should not insult or gloat, but rather warn and threaten with God's judgment in the hope of correcting and refuting error. To put the cherry on top, Chassard proves that Guillermo's commitment to Ubisoft taking a more player-centric approach was nothing more than hot air. Clearly, high-level executives could care less about players, and Chassard proves that he holds significant disdain for them. It begs the question of how many more Ubisoft executives hold similar beliefs. Yeah, man, I mean, this guy's got to understand, dude. This guy needs to understand that everyone has the right to express their opinions and their feelings of how the company is being done, how the company is working. You know? He does not have to backlash at these employees. They have a choice. Everyone's got a choice to express or not express. But Chassard has put himself in a bad position, bro. And Ubisoft is not doing very well right now. So he needs to shut the hell up, man. He needs to shut up and let everyone express their opinions and suck it in and fix the problem. So that is going to be that's going to be the end of the video. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye for now.